Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. This is Tosif starting a live stream, and the time right now is 12:43 a.m. That's right, 12:43 a.m. It's a brand new day. This is January the 18th of 2026, and I'm starting a live stream. And so, wherever you're joining from, Eastern Time Zone, Central Time Zone, Mountain, Pacific, thank you all for being here. I see Kay Cooper is here. Hello, Kay. Steve is here. Hello, Steve. Frank is here. Hello, Frank. And I know others will be tuning in. So thank you all so very much for being here, my friends. There's something going on in our country. There's something going on in the United States of America. And I'm sure that some of you, well, not some of you, I think a lot of you are aware of this issue that I'm going to be discussing today. My friends, I want you to pay attention to me. This is going to be very important, especially if you are a parent of school-going children. Okay? If you are a father or a mother and you have a child or children who go to school, who are in high school, let's say, it's important that you pay attention to what I'm about to discuss. My friends, there are reports of students leaving classrooms to go out and protest. I cannot I cannot believe this is happening. Again, this is not the first time. There are past examples of students exiting classrooms to go out and protest. And it's quite alarming that it is happening again. Students are leaving classrooms. They're exiting school buildings to go out and protest. They are wasting their valuable time. And what are they protesting about? They are protesting ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Students are walking out of classrooms to protest ICE presence in their communities. My friends, after dinner this evening, well, I shouldn't say this evening because we're into a brand new day. This is the 18th. I'm talking about the 17th. After dinner, on the evening of the 17th of January, I was going through news articles after news articles, okay? And I got news articles here printed out. News articles after news articles. I've been reading, okay? Turning pages. There are reports from different cities, different states. There are reports that students have walked out of schools to protest. In Minnesota, students in multiple schools walked out of their classrooms to protest federal immigration enforcement in the state. So students walked out of schools, they left the school grounds, and then they were out there protesting, holding signs. Instead Instead of studying in the classroom, they were out there protesting, holding signs. Instead of attending lectures, they were out there holding signs. Instead of reading books, instead of focusing on academic excellence, students were out there holding signs and protesting. My friends, I'm shocked. I am shocked. And I know people are watching. There are many people who are going to be watching the replay. There are many who are watching right now. If you have a child who's a high school student, let's say, or you have children, or let's say you are a grandparent and you have a grandson or a granddaughter, or you have grandchildren who go to school, and you care about their future, you want them to do well academically, you want them to be successful, you want them to do good in their educational journey, you want them to learn skills, you want them to be successful, you want them to excel. It's important that you pay attention to this discussion that we're having right here, right now. I am shocked. Okay, let me ask you this. Is there anyone from New York? Anyone from New York watching this? I'm going to wait for a few seconds, all right? I'm going to wait for a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds. I'm going to give you time to respond. Anyone from New York watching this live stream right now? There's someone from Chicago. There's, we got Florida, we got Texas, we got other places, people from other places here watching this. Anyone from New York? We got Toronto here. Now, why am I asking about New York? Let me tell you what happened in New York, okay? In Riverhead, high school students participated in a walkout in Riverhead. These students left the school building and reportedly they gathered in a parking lot behind the school to participate in a rally. This happened in Riverhead, New York. That's right. These students, according to reports, they are against ICE enforcement actions. And so what did they do? They participated in a walkout. They left the school building. They gathered in a parking lot. And they participated in a rally. They rallied against ICE enforcement actions. The students are against President Trump's policies. This happened on Long Island. Riverhead, New York, on Long Island. Anyone watching from Long Island? Let me know what your thoughts are. My friends, we talked about New York briefly. Riverhead, New York, Long Island. Now let's go to the other side of the country. Okay, let's talk about what's happening in Oregon. In Oregon, according to reports, a group of students walked out of a high school to protest against ICE. These students reportedly they left school grounds. They left school grounds and then they marched on the streets. And eventually they returned to school. Okay, but they marched on the streets after leaving the school grounds to protest ICE enforcement action. I talked about New York. I talked about Oregon on the other side of the country, West Coast. And some of you may be wondering, you may be asking Tausif, where are you live streaming from? My friends, I'm in Wisconsin. I'm in Wisconsin. And then some of you may be saying, Tausif, if you are in Wisconsin and you're talking about Oregon, you're talking about New York, what's going on in Wisconsin? Are the students walking out of their classrooms? Are the students walking out of their schools? Are the students participating in walkouts and protests? Are they holding signs? Are they chanting? What are they doing? Why don't you report what's going on in Wisconsin? My friends, that's what I'm going to do right now. That's what I'm going to do. In Wisconsin, right here. In Wisconsin. Not just in one community, not just in one school, not just in one school district, but more than one. Let me tell you what's happening. In Wauwatosa, which is in the Milwaukee area. Anyone familiar with Wauwatosa? Anyone from Wisconsin watching this? You know where Wauwatosa is. Anyone from outside of Wisconsin? Do you know where Wauwatosa is? You go to southeast Wisconsin, you go to the Milwaukee area, there's Wauwatosa. And in Wauwatosa, students walked out of class recently. This was in the news. And why did the students walk out? Because they don't like ICE enforcement action. So students walked out. This happened in Wauwatosa. And in Shorewood, Wisconsin, another community, students reportedly walked out of the school at lunch. And they were carrying signs and they were chanting, according to the reports. The students then marched to the village hall to protest. So it's not just in New York, it's not just in Oregon, it's not just in Minnesota. This is happening in Wisconsin also, in my home state of Wisconsin. I talked about Wisconsin, my state. Let me talk about the very city in which I live. That's right, Madison, which is the capital of Wisconsin. South Central Wisconsin, Madison. In Madison, where I live, my friends, hundreds of high school students gathered at the Wisconsin state capitol to protest. This happened on a weekday. The students walked out of school to protest. These students are against ICE enforcement action. My friends, what did I just do here? What did I just do? I just shared with you some examples. But I'm sure there's more. This is not the complete list. If you are hearing about protests, anti-ICE rallies, protests going on in your community, in the school district close to where you live, or in a neighboring school district, in a neighboring community, in a neighboring county, or just somewhere in your region where you live, if you are hearing about similar walkouts and rallies and protests and students holding signs and chanting, anti-Trump rallies, anti-ICE rallies and walkouts, Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. My friends, I think this is spreading from one community to the next. This is spreading. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. All these students participating in these walkouts, do they understand what exactly they're doing when they walk out of school to protest against ICE? Do they understand exactly what they are doing? I'm going to share with you my thoughts, all right? I believe that the students should be in school. They should be in their classrooms. They should be focusing on their education. The students should be focusing on becoming productive individuals in society. They should be thinking about getting good grades. They should be thinking about reading and writing and mathematics. The students should be focused on pursuing college education. They should be thinking about learning new skills that will make them productive individuals in society. My friends, the students should be focused on science and history and other subjects. And when the students are not in the classroom, they should be in the gym, exercising. They should be learning how to play musical instruments. The students should be in the library, reading books. The students should be out in the field, running, participating in sports. They should be swimming. They should be riding bicycles or going for a walk in a beautiful natural environment. They should be volunteering at a local nonprofit, a charitable organization. They should be helping out people in the community. My friends, the students should be focused on education, sports, arts, athletics. There's so much that young people can do with their time. There's so much of productive things that they can do instead of being out there and wasting their time holding anti-ICE and anti-Trump signs and chanting. There are productive things that they can do rather than participating in an anti-ICE rally, rather than participating in an anti-Trump event. My friends, think about it. Think about the state of education in this country. My friends, let me know what your thoughts are, okay? Let me know what your thoughts are, and do not forget to subscribe. By the way, I have a lot more to talk about. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking a little break, giving you an opportunity to share your thoughts in the live chat. You can see the live chat window. It's open. Whatever comments you have, you can write. You can also visit my website. I put my website address right there, tausifanam.net. You can go to my website. You can send me a message through my website. You can do that. You can also email me. My email address is the following: tausif@tausifanam.net. So if there's a message, a question, or something that you don't want to write in the live chat, you can email me. Feel free to do that. My friends, do email me. There are viewers who watch my live streams and they have a follow-up question or they have a thought that they want to share, a comment they want to make. They email me. That's fine. I appreciate you all being here. Hundreds of people watching this. It'll be thousands by the time I end this live stream. Thank you all for being here, my friends. Thank you all. So I'm going to ask you this question. What is really causing the students to behave in this manner? Why are the students doing this? Why are they walking out of classrooms? Why are they walking out of school buildings? Why are they marching on the streets? Why are they holding signs, anti-Trump signs, anti-ICE signs? Why are they chanting? Why are they busy with slogans rather than spending time in the classroom and learning? What is really causing the students to behave in this manner? In this manner? And also, I want to ask you this. Where do the students get the idea? Where do they get the idea that they should just walk out of their school and engage in anti-ICE protest? Who gives them the idea? Where do they come up with these ideas? And how come? How come there's so much of uniformity in thinking? I mean, let's use an example. If you have, let's say, 20 students in a classroom, okay? Let's say. Are you going to assume that each and every student in that classroom, each and every student would act and think in the same way? If you have 20 students in a classroom, are you going to assume that all the 20 students will think and behave and act in the same way? All the 20 students are going to agree that they're going to go out and protest? All the 20 students are going to be anti-ICE, anti-Trump? I mean, these are students. These are high school students we're talking about. These are school students. We're not talking about college students or those who are pursuing university education. No, these are young people. Share your thoughts with me, my friends. Share your thoughts with me. What do you think is going on in this country? My friends, I hope that there are students who are saying no. I hope there are students who are saying no, not going to participate in anti-Trump protests, not going to participate in anti-ICE protests. I hope there are students who are going to say, you know what? We come to the school to study. We want to spend time in the classroom so we can learn. I hope there are students who say, we want to read, we want to study so that we can build a better future. I hope there are students who say that they do not want to get involved in political stunts. I hope there are students who reject the idea of walking out of school and going out and protesting. My friends, Let me ask another question. Where are the teachers? Where are the teachers? How come that how come the students are engaging in such protests, and the teachers, what are they doing? What are the teachers doing? Where's the school administration? Are they not doing anything? Are they not taking action to make sure that the kids, that the students stay in school and they learn and they focus on things that matter for their future? Share with me your thoughts. Share with me your thoughts. And you know what? Most importantly, I'm going to ask this question. Most importantly, my friends, importantly, where are the parents? Where are the parents? If someone wants to engage in social and political activism, well, there are many opportunities for that in life. But the students, they must focus on their education first. And where are the parents? Why are the parents not taking action? Or maybe they are, and it's not being reported. But the parents will have to keep track of everything that's going on in their children's lives. The parents will have to be proactive in making sure that when they send their kids to school, that the kids are actually learning, that they're spending time in their classroom, reading and learning about the world, learning about what happened in the past, history. Learning about government, learning about, different scientific fields, learning to read, studying literature, learning different languages. My friends, I see a lot of comments are coming in. The live chat is being flooded with comments. That's great. I want greater participation. Your comments matter. Your questions are important. So thank you so very much. Hey, listen, make sure. Listen, first of all, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just taking a small break. I'm not even leaving the screen here. I'll be here. But I just want to remind everyone that it is important that you subscribe to stay connected to this channel, okay? Make sure you're subscribing, and that's how you support this channel. Doesn't cost you a penny. Doesn't cost you anything. But if you subscribe, you're supporting this channel. So I would appreciate that very, very much. Go ahead and do that if you have not done so yet. And I'm going to continue here. My friends, our country is falling behind. Our country is falling behind. If the students do not focus on education, we will fall behind. If the younger generation does not prioritize education, we as a country, we will fall behind. And we have seen in the past how test scores went down. Reading, math, how students in different parts of the country, in different school districts, they were performing poorly. You got to look at the trajectory. We don't want to fall behind, but we have been falling behind. You look at the overall ranking of education, of student performance around the world. You'll find out that there's an urgent need for American students to work really hard so that we don't lose advantage. We are losing advantage. And our students will have to perform better in math, in the STEM fields. Look at the STEM fields in particular. What STEM? It's science, technology, engineering, math. Many American students are struggling in the STEM fields. And so we have to focus on education as well as extracurricular activities. Sports, arts, music, other things, yeah, great. But students should be focused. They should not be out there protesting. Why are so many students spending time protesting rather than focusing on education? Listen, my friends, the high school students, they're young. They don't know much about the world. They don't know much about the world. They are young and they have a lot to learn. They have to read books, but they also have to learn from real life experience. And so what they should be doing is focusing on education, gaining skills, expanding their horizon, reading, exploring, instead of being angry, instead of protesting, instead of chanting anti-Trump slogans, instead of chanting anti-ICE slogans. I'm very concerned. I'm really very concerned. After I read these reports of students walking out of schools, and I don't understand why the parents are not taking action to stop this from happening. Or maybe the parents are taking action and we just don't know. There has to be more involvement of the parents. The parents will have to hold the school administrations accountable. The parents will have to say, I'm sending my kids to school. They should be focusing on education. They should not be participating in all these protests. The parents have the ultimate control. And the parents will have to do the right thing, make the best decisions for their children. And also, my friends, let's talk about public schools in particular. Public schools are funded how? How are the public schools funded? Through tax dollars, right? Through tax dollars. Public schools are funded through tax dollars. And so the public schools should be following very strict rules. If students are walking out of their classrooms in public schools, and instead of studying, they're going out and protesting, then the taxpayer has to ask the question, how are my tax dollars really being used? If my tax dollars are funding public education, but instead of spending time in the classroom, the students are going out and protesting against a president that we, the American people, have elected. What's really happening with our tax dollars? Our tax dollars are not being put to the best use, right? My friends, I want to hear your thoughts. Yeah, go ahead and write to me your concerns. I know you are concerned. I know many of you watching this, you're saying, Tausif, I'm concerned. I want good public education. I want children to be in the classrooms. I want children to be able to read and to write and to do mathematics. I want students to perform great in the STEM fields, in science, technology, engineering, math. I want the students to find internships, find part-time jobs, help the community, volunteer at nonprofit organizations, read and write and paint and sing and play the guitar, participate in sports, play football, play whatever, soccer. Be productive. You're also wonderful for being here, my friends. Thank you. Thank you so very much. It's this is a very serious topic, as you know. And I know many of you are concerned, as I am concerned. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. I know many of you are concerned about this. And it is always my goal, as you know, to highlight things that are happening in society, to identify issues, to identify problems, to propose solutions, to share information, accurate information, timely information. That is always my goal through this channel. And that's what I'm doing. This channel is about social and political issues, both domestic and international. That's always my goal. To talk about the important things. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to answer some of your questions. Go ahead and write your questions. I'm going to try to answer your questions here. So write your questions. A lot of questions are coming in. I can't answer everything, but I'll try my best. So let's go ahead. Salerno is here. Salerno, good to see you. Thank you, Salerno. Go ahead and ask questions. Okay, the live chat is open. And let's see. Kay Cooper is here. Kay Cooper writes, if our students don't excel, our nation will not excel. That is so true, Kay Cooper. And thank you for highlighting that. Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for stating, a fact that if we want our nation, if we want the United States of America to excel, if we want to make America greater than ever before, then our students will have to perform well. They have to excel. And so our future depends on the younger generation. The students who are going to schools now, elementary school, middle school, high school, they are the future. And so we have to make sure that They understand their priorities. They understand what's important. We have to make sure that they can make good decisions. Thank you, Kay Cooper. Someone's asking, is it Mila? Is that your name? Is asking, are you Republican? Yes. Politically, I'm a Republican. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Very, very strong Republican, actually, okay? Very strong Republican, very strong conservative. I'm a proud American. So yes, I am a Republican. Thank you for the question. Okay. Um, let's see what other questions people have. Um, Frank is here. Frank is writing TTTT, which means Tossif tells the truth. Frank, thank you. Thank you, Frank. Frank from Florida, our friend Frank, who has been supporting this community for a long time. Someone's asking school choice. Yes, I support school choice. I support school choice, absolutely. School choice, absolutely. Salerno is saying a great patriot. Thank you, Salerno. I appreciate that. Some people are commenting about my hat. Yes, yes, I love the hat. The hat says "Make America Great Again." The letters appear as a mirror image just because my phone that I'm using for this live stream, my phone is in selfie mode, so everything appears as mirror image, which is why the letters are going in a different direction. I hope you already understand that. Yes, Make America Great Again. It's my favorite hat. I love it, and I've been wearing it for a long time. Steve is saying the hat is fantastic. Thank you, Steve. Thank you so very much. More questions, go ahead. Any more questions for me? Meaningful questions, interesting questions, relevant questions. Behave is here. Behave, that's Elaine, right? Elaine? Behave is over here. That's Elaine. If I remember your name correctly, I think you mentioned, right? Elaine from California, am I correct? Thank you for supporting the channel, Elaine. Thank you, Elaine. Darian's asking, Am I an immigrant? Yes, I'm an immigrant. Yes, a legal immigrant. I came to the United States of America legally, okay, through the proper process, by following the law, by following all the rules, by completing the paperwork, by doing all the necessary things. Came here legally, and I am a United States citizen. Okay, so thank you for the question. I appreciate you asking. Someone's asking, do you have citizenship? Yes, I am a United States citizen. Absolutely. I have a United States passport, okay? Um, Frank is talking about Greenland, Frank. Greenland. That was the topic of my previous live stream, okay? So on the afternoon of January the 17th, which was the live stream right before this one, I talked about Greenland, but that was not the first time. I have been talking about Greenland for a long time. I have been talking about Greenland. I wrote blog posts about Greenland. I discussed the importance of Greenland. So Frank, thank you for mentioning Greenland. It's very important. Wow, lots of people here tonight, or I should say this morning. Lots of people. Lots of people. You know, what's interesting is, so far, we are 47 minutes into the live stream. We are 47 minutes into the live stream, and so far, 33,000 people have watched this in less than an hour. 33,000 views on this live stream. 33,000 views. And I mentioned that because it was not that long ago when I had taken a little bit of a break from live streaming because, you know, life's busy. I had so many other things going on, personal life and other obligations. And I was not able to do live streams every day as I try to do every day, or at least, you know, 4 or 5 times a day, 4 or 5 times a week. So I'd taken a break from live streaming, and one of the viewers here said, "Oh, your views went down. Your views went down. Oh, no one watches you. No one listens to you. Blah blah blah." You know, I'm not mentioning anyone's name, but somebody kind of mocked me. You know, somebody tried to make the case that no one watches my channel. And as soon as I started live streaming again, thousands and thousands and thousands of views. But you know what? I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to God for giving me the voice, for giving me a platform that I can use to talk about the things that matter, to talk about facts. So I'm grateful. You know, I have a humble heart, and I'm very grateful. I'm thankful for each and every one of you. I don't pay much attention to those who mock me, or they try to make fun of me, or you know, if I don't live stream for like 10-15 days, they'll say, "Oh, no one watches your videos anymore." Well, now that I'm back, I got thousands and thousands of views. You're gonna see it. After this live stream ends, it takes a couple hours for the views to show up, but more than 33,000 people have watched this so far in less than 1 hour. And yesterday when I did the live stream in the afternoon, that was also, how many views was that? Let's see. It was more than 30,000. More than 30,000. How much was it? Let's see. 37,000. More than 37,000. So here we are. And I say that in a very humble manner. In a very humble manner, because you know what? This is a small channel. This is a small channel. I don't have 50,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers. Not yet. Maybe someday. Who knows? Not yet. And I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the connections that we make here on this channel. I'm focused on the conversations that we have. I'm focused on the issues that we discuss. It's not about how high the numbers are. No, it's about making real connections. It's about the commitment to the truth. What I present on this channel are the facts. The truth is my foundation. And I try my best to be accurate whenever I'm presenting information. I try to be accurate. If I ever make a mistake, or I give you an information that's not accurate or something, feel free to point that out. I'm a human being. No one's perfect. No one's perfect. So mistakes can happen, but it's always my goal to stay focused on the facts, on the truth, and on accurate information. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for the support that I receive from all of you. You like the videos, you share the videos, you participate in the live chat, you've subscribed to the channel. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. My friends, you have to understand that if we want to make America great again, we have to be united. We have to be united, because when we are united, we are strong. We're the strongest in the world. The greatest country in the world, the United States of America. My friends, almost an hour that we've been having this discussion. And yeah, so going back to the question, what's causing students to walk out of schools? I'll let you answer that. I'll let you answer that. But this cannot go on. Students will have to focus on education rather than walking out of schools and doing protests and anti-Trump rallies. They are free to exercise their freedom. They are free to exercise, their First Amendment rights. There's a time and place for everything, right? If the students are in school, they should be focused on education. Once they go back home, they can write a letter to the editor. They can form a group and talk about current issues. They can read a variety of information from different sources. They can read scholarly articles and journals. They can listen to the news. They can try to understand different viewpoints. That's also part of learning. But there's a time and place. You go home and you do that. Go to the library, do that. But don't walk out of classroom to engage in an anti-ICE protest. Don't walk out of school. And you know what? Views evolve. A person can grow up in a Democrat-leaning family. And over the years, a person may experience life, understand the issues, use one's own judgment, and then become a Republican. And the opposite can also happen. People can grow up in a Republican-leaning family and they can become Democrats. It happens, it goes both ways. The main point is that views evolve. When I see that students are exiting their classrooms and they're going out there and protesting, it just makes me wonder, is there some kind of a force that is prompting them to do that? Is there some kind of is there something or someone, some entity that's encouraging them to walk out of schools and go out and protest? And that's why I raise the question, where are the teachers? Where are the school district officials? Where are the parents? Where are the adults? How are they allowing these things to happen? By the way, do you agree with what I presented over the last 1 hour? Do you agree with my viewpoints? If you don't, that's fine. Mila says I agree. Thank you, Mila. There are others who are giving me thumbs up. So thank you all. I mean, Suzanne. Hello, Suzanne. Is it the same Suzanne from Canada, or is this a different Suzanne? Is this Suzanne from Canada? Oh, different Suzanne. Okay. We had a friend, I don't know, I haven't seen her in a while. I haven't seen her name pop up. Suzanne, that's Suzanne from Halifax, but you're a different Suzanne. Where are you from, Suzanne? Who's here for the first time? Oh, Suzanne's from California. Okay, thank you. Where's everyone from? We got a viewer from Colorado. We got Texas, Iowa, Minnesota. Okay. And there's someone here from Southern California, Steve from Georgia. We got a viewer from Malaysia. By the way, Malaysia, beautiful country, Malaysia. We got someone from North Carolina and Mississippi. What did I miss? Anyone else? Alabama, we got Alabama. Keep writing where you are from. What city, what state. We like to get to know our friends and to see where all the viewers are coming from, what states are being represented in the live chat. Mila is from Minnesota. Kay Cooper is writing, God bless the Trump administration. Oh, we got Fuzz over here, huh? From Canada, right? That's Aaron. I think that's Aaron, if I remember correctly. We got a viewer from, let's see. Anyone here from Pennsylvania? Did I see Pennsylvania? I don't know. We got Zero over here. Zero doesn't agree with the things I say. Zero is here. All right, Zero. Katie is asking about America being great. Yeah, the golden age of America has begun. The golden age of America is here. All right? Good things are happening. Prices have gone down. Gas is now affordable. Our military is strong again. NATO, okay, because of America, NATO is stronger than ever before. We're trying to spread peace across the world. It's the golden age. Businesses are doing great. Manufacturing companies are doing great. Businesses are coming back. Taxes are being cut. Regulations are being cut. Red tape is being cut. Golden age. The list is long. Yeah, we're going to talk about NATO again soon. I know people want to talk about NATO. I'm in Wisconsin. Okay, people want to know where I am. I'm in Wisconsin. So, my friends, I'm going to wrap up this live stream. 1 hour, 5 minutes. Enjoyed the conversation. Obviously, a very serious topic we discussed today. And in conclusion, I will say that the students should really focus on education. Okay, they can talk about politics, they can protest, they can engage in social and political activism when the time is right. But young students, high schoolers, they should be focusing on education. They should not be walking out of schools to protest. They should not be leaving their classrooms to protest. Okay, so thank you. Someone's saying have a good night. Thank you so much. Is that can I call that person Z? Because I see two Z's over there. I don't know what name should we address you by. But yeah, thank you. Have a good night. As I was saying, whatever your thoughts are about what I shared with you today, whatever your thoughts are, just let me know. You don't have to agree with me. Send me an email, go to my website, send me a message through my website. Aaron, okay, Aaron, thank you, Aaron. Thank you for being here. To all those who are new, who are here for the first time, I appreciate you all. Thanks so much. And I'm gonna be back again with more videos and more live streams. So I look forward to a brighter future for our country, and that means that in order to become more prosperous, in order to secure a brighter future, we have to make sure that the younger generation, the students, they are focusing on their education, and they are focusing on their extracurricular activities, music, sports, whatever. But they should stay focused so that they can build a better future for themselves and for the country as a whole. So with that, my friends, thank you so very much for tuning in and participating in today's discussion. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so very much. Whether you agree with me or you don't, that's fine. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the conversation. With that, may God bless you all. May God bless President Donald J. Trump. May God bless the Trump administration. May God bless the Republicans in Washington. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless our U.S. allies. And may God bless freedom-loving people all over the world. Thank you once again. Have a good night, or I should say, have a wonderful morning. And I'm going to be back again very soon, my friends. Thank you so very much.